Hey, Salakia, had to stop the camera real quick. But let me get back onto this, man. I was talking about the recompenses, man, that the Lord is bringing to the world. Let me see, because I got a few actually I wanted to bring out. I was talking about there's one in particular. I'm not able to find it right now. So Salakia, it was talking about, it was actually referring to the Lord as the power of recompense, or the God of recompenses. All right, but this one right here is Isaiah 65:6. It says, "Behold, it is written before me, I will not keep silence, but will recompense, even recompense into their bosom." You're gonna feel this judgment. It's gonna come personally to you. You know, I was thinking about last night. I was thinking about the word "you," like, "Hey, what are you doing?" You know, I was thinking about how the Lord created, you know, a language to where He could use one word to generalize everybody, though. You know, because when you look at the scriptures, it says, "Say thou," if thou wouldest, or thou this, which the word "thou" means you, and it's crazy how like this word goes out to the entire world, and it pertains to every single living creature, right? Yet He can use one word to generalize it to everybody. But the Lord, when He talks about recompensing, man, that means payback. It's coming personally to you, to your own bosom. Right? That's showing how personal and close He's gonna make that judgment to you. Every person, man, when you walk around, man, or you gotta understand, your actions, man, or your actions have a consequence. All right, what you do in your life, man, determines the recompense that you're gonna get. All right, now you can either choose to get a recompense according to good or to bad. I know recompense though generally means to the bad side, but hey, every man's gonna get according to what they are doing, man. All right, and that's why I have this in Jeremiah 25:14. It says, "For many nations and great kings shall serve themselves of them also, and I will recompense them according to their deeds and according to the work of their own hands." All right, so you know the Lord is coming back to do that, and He's coming back to pay back a lot of things, man. He's coming back. He's coming back to pay back the so-called white man. All right, He's coming back to pay back you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and He's coming to reward the righteous. Okay, so, but ultimately at the end of all this, man, everything's going to be put back into its rightful place and order. Okay, Yasha Allah is going to be put back on the top. Esau is going to be put at the bottom, and then eventually exterminated. The nations are going to go back into their serving state, which is where they belong. All right, and we're going to the nation, the kingdom of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai is going to thrive for eternity. That's why you got in Revelations, man, it's going to call the kingdom of the Lords. You know, time is coming, man. Well, all you see is, man, hey, man, I can't tell you how fucking tired I am seeing all this shit, man. Seeing these Fred Flintstone modern technology looking buildings and everything, man. Come on, man. Like this, hey, man, the Lord never intended human or mankind to look like this, to where you have house upon house and next to building next to building. This is all Esau's ways, man, and Esau's infrastructure. All right. But like I said, it's Isaiah 65, and let's see. It says, going back to, let me see, again, Jeremiah 25:14 says, it says, "And I will recompense them according to their deeds and according to the works of their own hands." And the recompense that's coming to America, man, is going to be fire. Okay? Going to be fire. And by that fire, I'm talking thermonuclear missiles. Okay? Let me go ahead and get that. I wrote these down, man. I wanted to bring this lesson out. The name of the lesson was Edom shall be a desolation. All right? Let me get this. Because you had Esau, man. Everything he did was in an unrighteous manner. You have many things that he did. Okay, essentially every single action he did was based off a wrong intention. All right, if it was to be good, there was mischief behind it. All right, if he was trying to be sneaky, All right, it was always with an ill intent. Okay, again, Esau, one of Esau's attributes is that he's cunning. He's a cunning man of the field, meaning he's skillfully deceptive. That's why the scriptures, man, tell you to never trust your enemy, man. To never trust what he says, because there's always something behind it. All right, that's why it tells you to, look beyond the rust. Okay, because his rust has never been taken away. That enemy, man, he's been laying a wound under you for the time and time on. Esau was never trying to heal you. He was never trying to better this place. He was only trying to keep it in a miserable condition to the ones that he kept at the bottom, which is you so-called Negros, Latinos. All right, and that's actually linking up with what I'm about to read right here. In Jeremiah 22:13, it says, "Woe unto him that buildeth his house by unrighteousness, and his chambers by wrong." You got Esau. Did not Esau establish this place through through bloodshed and violence? Did he not violently kill the Native American Indians and took this land? And the residue that was left of them, he put on shitty land, called them reservoirs. All right, when you look and when you look at it, man, Esau already knew that the outlaying of the land. I'll say it like that, I guess, if that's the right way. He already knew that there was arid land in America, and that's what he did to the Native American Indians. He stuck them in that. He stuck them in that land. When you look at the word arid, it's basically the most destitute of minerals and resources. That's what he did. Okay, but did he not establish this place in blood? Did he not come over here from Europe and enslave a whole nation of people, man, that only ever did just bow themselves down to tribute to live and to support themselves? Esau's a devil, man. He'll teach you that the reason why he had to put down the Native American Indians or the Aztecs or the Haitians. He'll tell you that it's because they were being savages. Well, what the fuck do you expect when you try to when you put war on the people, man? You expect them to just turn over and lie over for you? Fuck no, man. Our people had to suffer, man, a hard condition, had to go through a hard time with you, man. You used to sport us when you would kill us. All right, you go into that book, Devastation of the Indies with Bartolome de las Casas. It talks about how Esau, man, and at this time too, man, Esau was referring to himself as the Christians. All right, but so he was calling himself the Anointed Ones. But you had it to where Esau would sport the chief of the natives or of the Haitians, and he would take the chief of the captains of our people, and he'd set them in a line, and Esau would take out the sword, and they would have games to see who could chop off the head the furthest. I'm telling you right now, man, I just got full of rage about that. But I'm telling you right, and that's why I'm saying this. You fucking devil, man, are going to pay. You are going to pay for what you did. You had just the other day, man, I can't remember what camp it was. I want to say it was the Atlanta camp. An Edomite came up to him towards the end of their ministry, and he had a problem with what they were saying. And and just like Esau always does, being dramatic as hell to create a scene to put Jake in jail. Anytime that the brothers got up near him, he'd scream like a fucking bitch. And be like, "Don't touch me! Don't touch me! Don't touch me!" And he had his little bitch ass dog with him. That fucking dog had more balls than him, man. But it got to a point where the brothers were throwing curses on him. And the Edomite started yelling back like a demon. He had no idea what they were saying, but he was yelling back just as powerful as them. Scoffing, man. Mocking. Taking this thing as a joke. Like, you fucking devil, man. You are the perfect scoffer and devil that the Bible speaks about. And for you to take this thing as a joke, all right? To think that you're gonna walk away from this unscathed, or you think you're gonna come out of this triumphant. You have no idea, man. The scriptures could talk about the elect, the faith and the patience of the saints, man, that we were able to hold on to that faith and patience. But when it comes to you, man, it's hard. It's hard, man, for you to think that you are just guiltless after everything you fucking did, man. Man, you are going to pay. And going back to the original, the thing that I said at the beginning of this lesson, man, about how, you know, a lot of y'all people, man, y'all lie to yourselves and think that you got good things coming, man. Esau full well knows what he's been doing. And he still thinks that he can get away. Let me get this real quick. This is Salakia. Let me get it. This is Zechariah 1:15. It says, I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease. But for I was but a little displeased, and they held for the affliction. But the part right there, I am sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease. Esau falls in line with the heathen. All right? And the Lord is telling you, man, that he is very sore displeased about it. You have taken this earth, man, and you've taken it with joy. All right? You've mocked and you've laughed. You've sore laughed at our people for what you did to us. And you think that you're going to go unpunished? You really think, man, that you ain't going to pay for what you did? Like, really let that resonate, man. Really cool. And if an Edomite ever does come across these, well, no, I'm going to say this to the General Assembly of Yahweh Bashim Yashai. I know, we already know the elites are watching, man. And you're looking at us, laughing at us. You're laughing. To this very moment, you're still laughing, thinking, ain't no sweat. Their power ain't shit. Yahweh ain't gonna do nothing. He ain't strong enough. Man, you think you really gonna get away from this, man? The scriptures talk about an impending doom coming down upon you, man. The scriptures talk about burning wrath coming towards you. All right? The scriptures tell you, man, that you're going to be torn and dashed to pieces. And you still laugh at that. Like, for real, man, like, that's fucking crazy, man. To laugh in the eyes of Yahweh, man, when he's telling you that he's going to fuck you up for what you did. That's crazy. That's just crazy, man. I don't understand. I would never pray to understand the mentality of a wicked man like you, man. To that extent. I would never want to test the Lord like that. You Edomites, man, you devils, from the least to the greatest, man, are going to feel something, man, that you can't even fathom. The day of the Lord, this is, again, like I read earlier, man, it's the day of the Lord's vengeance, man, and for the recompense of Zion. It's crazy. It really is, man. I can't emphasize it enough, and I really want to keep talking like this about it, man, because you have laughed, man, in the face of the Almighty, man, of the Almighty Yahweh Shai, man, and that's what you want to fight. The scriptures say, man, that you're going to try to fight the Lord when it happens, man. You're going to mount up in your, the scriptures say, man, in your blue angels. You got your angels, and you're going to fight against the Most High. Like, you think that's the right thing to do? I mean, I don't give a fuck, man. You're going to pay for that. You want to fight the Lord, man? You want to fight the omnipotent and the power, the King of Terrors? That's on you. But you know what? You deserve that punishment, man. You've been brought, man, to him because you fit that punishment. Let me go ahead and get this in Jeremiah 49. This is Jeremiah 49, and it says 12. It says, for thus, so like Jeremiah 49 and 8, it says, flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of Dedan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon them, the time that I will visit him. And he's been visiting you. You've just been, I can't think of the words, man. You've just been taking it as a light thing. Like, again, you're at ease with what's going on in the world. You're at ease because you think you've still got some type of control. How we know this? Because you're still doing what you're doing. You ain't stopped. You ain't postponed what you want to do to the inhabitants on the earth. You're still trying to push the vaccine. So you know what you're doing, man. You know that you're doing wrong, and you delight in it. Okay? But the Lord has been visiting you the entire time. Why do you think why do you think America looks fucking ugly, man? Like really, man, you try to make it look good. You try to make up little patterns with rocks and everything to make it look good. Trying to keep the people in delusion that things are good and gravy, when really it's not. The scriptures talk about, man, that hell is being moved beneath for you at your coming. It also talks about how that, the earth is ready to give you up. You know? When you go into Isaiah, the 34th chapter, it talks about that the Lord had the great sacrifice in the city of Bozrah for you. The curse of Idumea. It says in verse 10, but I have made Esau bare. I am uncovered his secret places. Salaka, you know what? Let me start over at verse 8. Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, or inhabitants of Dedan. For I will bring the calamity, and the calamity, man, is a hard time for you. All right? Ultimately, it basically dwindles you away to a no condition, man. You know, you die away. You get grinded away until you're taken out. The time of your calamity is here. It says, the time that I will visit him. If grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some gleaning grapes? If thieves by night, they will destroy till they have enough. But Esau didn't do that, man. Esau took and took. When he was told to stop, he didn't. He continued to take. He continued to steal. He continued to keep everything for himself and himself only. There's a lot of things you got to pay for, man. That's funny because the brother and I were talking about this yesterday as well, man. In the ancient world, man, when farmers, or not farmers, when I call them farmers for now, man, but farmer is actually a derogatory term to Israelites. Basically of no rank and status, man. Basically the lower than a peasant. That's what Esau used to call us, man. But farmers were told to leave little amounts of food out on the crops or on the trees or the vine, because there were poor people out there, man. There were bums. There were poor people. There were people who suffered and struggled. And so the Lord, to make it an easy way for people to still be able to live, he commanded, Israel and the inhabitants to leave it like that so that people could come along if they had to, man. They could take a couple of grapes to stay alive. Esau couldn't even do that. The tar and feather? The tar and feather came from? Esau used to, what he would do with his slaves, when they would pick apples and and all that, and pick other fruits, what Esau used to do was he would on the fence line of where the trees were for the apples and all that and the fruits that were growing, there would be some fruit that would fall outside the lines of the fences, and we already know how Esau treated the slaves, man. We already know that he was treating them like shit and starving them. Our people were getting hungry. So what would you want to do when you're hungry? You try to get some food. Well, sometimes the slaves, they would pick the fruit, or the fruit would fall outside the fence line, and they would eat the fruit. Esau caught on to this. All right? Esau, today, he puts fence lines to mark his territory or mark his land, right? Anything outside of that becomes what? Public property, right? So it's open to the public. Technically, it ain't his property no more, right? So what Esau did was he devised a way to stop the slaves from eating the fruit. He would put tar on the fence line and on the ground, so that he could find out who would be taking and eating the fruit when it would fall out of the fence line, and then he would kill them. And he said that he didn't care anymore if the fruit fell a mile away; it was still his. He considered it his, man. When the slave would find it and would eat it, and he would take them and he would do unthinkable things to us. This is the type of man that you got ruling in this place, man. A good example, man, right now is the unemployment going around, the stimulus and the unemployment. You think that Esau is giving that just dandy-wandy to you for free? He wants something in return, man. And what he wants you to do in return is to take that vaccine, ultimately submit down to him and take the RFID chip. Like I said, there's always an ulterior motive behind it. Esau's always been a devil, man. Man, like you gotta understand, this devil, this motherfucking piece of shit white person, man, is a devil. There's something behind it. Not like I'm talking about them, man. There's ulterior motives behind Esau giving away this unemployment, all this money, man. And what basically, again, it's an evil device. Because what is he doing with it? He's just dishing out money, right? Fattening you up for the picking, right? And how he's doing it is by he's bleeding out the economy through these stimulus checks, through the unemployment, because ultimately you're gonna be like, well, we ran out of money, we need a new currency. Let's change it up. Let's get digital currency. Oh, look at this. We've had this ready for us in the vault already for years. We knew this was coming. And then bam, you've sunk into another device. You've been trapped up again. That's why the Lord is revealing what's behind this man's real intents or intentions. That's why we got the scriptures, man, to let us know and forewarn us of what he's about to bring. We already know the end game. We already know that this devil, what this devil has planned. All right, he's planning on enslaving you fucking people, man. Okay, but this is why a punishment is coming to him. This is why the Lord is going to judge him. All right, because he's, again, going back to Jeremiah the 22nd chapter, man, he built his chambers by wrong. He used his neighbor's services the wrong way. All right, he tried to mount this place up as a place of beauty and rest for him, not knowing, or also knowing that he did it the wrong way and in a wicked manner. So he has a price to pay. Jeremiah 49 and 12, it says, "For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. And art thou he that shall together go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. For I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord, that Bozrah shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse. And all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste." And it's rightfully so, because you were hard, man. You were evil. You were cruel. You were cruel, man, in what you did. You cast off all pity, man, to our people. You had no remorse, no mercy. That was who you were, and you people think that you really think that this man can be good. He was never created to be like that. This man literally is void of all good and right judgment, man. He is void of reason and understanding. He is void of proper righteous emotions. When you look at how the so-called white man behaves himself,